all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. I'm your host, Lance Miliaccio, with my co-host, Ride or Die, George Ballantine, along for the ride today. As always, we're doing what we do. It's rise and grind, tip of the spear, edge of the knife. George.
Lance, what's happening?
What's happening, bro? How are you, man?
I'm good. Hold on. I'm looking at some. Okay, so Mike Schwartz Show rated us. So make sure you go check out the Mike Schwartz Show. Give him a thumbs up on his shows, a follow, subscribe. You know, just help the dude out.
Yeah, I made a mistake earlier. I actually called him while he was on air.
Yeah, I'd be Lance. You know,
and he put me on air with everybody. So I said hi to everybody. Welcome you guys to the show. Thanks so much, Mike, for rating us. Appreciate it. As always, we love the mods over at Mike's show. Mike's got a great show. I'm going to tell you, he's a real truth teller. If you're not following him, take a minute. Just give him a follow. The guy's great. Really knows what he's doing. At the end of the day, he's doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's over the target. I guess he had a bunch of trolls in his show today, George.
Did he?
Yeah, he was getting trolled up over there.
That means he's doing something right. That's what usually happens when you get them type of people.
You know, that's exactly what
I'm a little jealous right now.
Over the target.
I'm a little jealous. I want some trolls because I don't want my mods to be spoiled.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Lance, but let me do something real quick because I got a message.
Yeah, please.
I got a message yesterday. I'm not going to say what platform. And the message was like, are you the real George Ballantine? Now, first of all, the person they left me a voice message, believe it or not. So this person actually pronounced my last name correctly. So I was impressed right there. I was like, wow, nobody announces it. So Italiana, yes, the real George Ballantine. Right here, real. Look at the shirt. Sexy mother, you know what? That'd be me. 100%.
Why were they
authentic.
checking to see if it was the real George Ballantine?
Because you know what, dude? There's so many people that impersonate fake profiles. If I tell you, if like I just comment on a post, right?
Yeah.
You'll get people that all of a sudden that impersonate the profile that I responded to. They had all of a sudden all these impersonation accounts come up and they try to send you DM, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like you don't know what the hell is real or not anymore. That's my why. Yep. Okay.
You know, we get more on I don't get too many on my name trying to impersonate my personal account. I have had a few over on X a couple of times, and but not so much. More the show account. We get more counterfeit on the show account, which is interesting. Probably because it's more active than my personal account is on X. I've had a couple that I had to report.
Where into X?
Yeah, we had a couple that came up about. I had one about 60 days ago. I didn't say anything to you because they took it right down. I gave them the notice and it was down almost instantly.
We get to hear on Rumble a lot of impersonation show accounts. I know that.
Yeah, Rumble, we have had quite a few. It's interesting how Rumble operates. Not them, but that it happens over there quite a bit. I don't know about on YouTube. I don't know if we really bump into that on YouTube since we're just getting back over there and just getting started up. So don't forget, listen, best thing you can do for us is hit the follow button. Follow us on Rumble, YouTube, and Locals. That's the only spots we stream at. Of course, you can follow us on Pickaxe, X, True Social, Gab, and Getter. Those are our primary social media. George is over on Instagram and Facebook. You can check him out over there. I'm going to try to get an Instagram account opened up here in the next week or two. I've got to get started on that because I haven't done a very good job on it. All right. Well, listen, if you love the show, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe. If you can do the paid subscription, $5 a month. We always appreciate those paid subscribers. They add up. Thank you for the new paid subscribers this week so far, by the way. Thanks very much for following us. And any Rumble Rant tips, always appreciate it. $5, $10, $20, whatever you can do, any bucks. All right. So, of course, we love our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor the Big Mig Show, you can hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. We do live reads. We do mid-roll and pre-roll commercials. And we got it available. So if you'd like to check it out,
Lance, let me just give a shout out to some people in the chat. I don't know if they came over from Schwartz-Rooney there.
Yeah.
We got, where are you? I just seen you. Marine H46. What up, Marine H46? What the hell is this? I don't even know how to say this. Night Wolf 63. What up? Wee. Yeah, Wee is right. And then where's my other buddy? Where is he? Awesome Watertown, New York. He sent something about Mike's mods being hot, and I put in the chat. I just want to let you guys know, most of Mike's mods were my mods first, and they went over there to help Mike out. Just saying. Okay, Lance.
All right. Well, we love our mods.
I got to protect my ladies.
Subscribers. All right, listen, here's a sponsor. We love our gold and silver, the Prepper Bar. It's a 62.2 gram Prepper Bar. It's perforated. As you can see, when I tilt the bar, very easily broken down in your choice of 3 separate denominations, a small, a medium, and large. Why do you need the Prepper Bar besides your 1 ounce gold and silver? Because you don't want to have to just chop off a piece to make a payment. And at these prices, you're going to need some micro payments. And that's what the design was from Genesis Gold Group. That's why they came up with the Prepper Bar, a perfect solution for diversification, asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or in the case of the Prepper Bar, it's very unique utility for barter and trade. It's a perfect gift. There isn't anybody that doesn't like gold and silver at these prices. You can head over to genesisgoldgroup.com. That's right, genesisgoldgroup.com, or you can call them at 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Don't forget to tell them the Big Mig Show sent you, and don't forget, they're going to give you an assay report. Hold on to that assay report. I actually spoke to somebody that cashed out a gold Prepper Bar the other day.
What?
They actually cashed one out, and it was interesting. I told him, I said, how did it go? He goes, amazing, because I had the assay report. So they said it went very easily. They used it because they were buying a rental property. So they were using for some of the down payment. So it makes sense. They bought their Prepper Bar 2 years ago, their gold one. They bought a couple of them.
Oh, gold one?
Gold one.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they bought it at like a little over 2,000 an ounce. So that tells you guys if you got on board early.
Oh, they doubled their money.
Yeah, they doubled their money. They use it for down payment. They're going to do an Airbnb. I thought it was a good investment. They bought a bank foreclosure. So makes sense. I get it. I understand why they did it. And they said it went super easy. They walked in with the assay report. They still checked the bar, but the assay report immediately confirmed it. Of course, Genesis Gold Group has a stellar reputation. So genesisgoldgroup.com, 888-526-7154. And don't forget, you can ask for Keith Height if you're looking for information about IRA investment, 401k, large bullion purchases. Keith Height, he's running the show at Genesis Gold Group. He's going to be back on the show maybe in a week now. We're waiting. He's got some new commercials for us coming on board. So we're going to have him come back on and talk about what's going on because, of course, man, looks like the war's back on. I don't know, ceasefire, did it ever really happen?
What war? What ceasefire, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no fucking ceasefire. Lance, you know, I'm watching the chat, right? And
yeah,
I guess Dr. Mike Schwartz was unaware about the mods, you know. Then the lovely, beautiful Coco D. Schwartzky had to come in and said, yes, Mike, that's how they came about. So thank you, Coco. I love you. You're great. Doing the right thing. Mike, it's okay. And you know what the problem is, though? I take offense with this, Lance?
Why?
Is that Mike would question me that I would lie to him or bullshit him. I'm always straight up with the dude. Always.
You know,
fucked up, Mike.
I can't blame
Wait, you come
him
on,
for being
Mike.
Cautious.
Hold on. Is he coming on tomorrow? No, that was last week he was on, right? Matter of fact, Mike, you want to come on tomorrow and straighten this out? Live on air, bro? I dare you. Matter of fact, I triple dog dare you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
Can't mess with my big mig bitches, bro.
So let's dig in here.
Let's.
Here's my thing.
Uh-oh.
Government gangsters, transparency, accountability, and consequences. I don't understand all these groups. You got all these groups committing GBI, Act Blue, all committing crimes, all got money from USAID. I was excited when we got Kash Patel in there. I thought, man, we're gonna be going after everybody. He's gonna drain the swamp with Donald Trump. Does anybody feel like the swamp has even had a drip drained out of it? Because I don't feel like that. And is Kash ever going to make any deep state arrests? That's my question. I'm not saying he's not doing a decent job on other stuff, trafficking and otherwise. And it's not that I don't care about trafficking. I do. But the midterms are coming. If we don't get some deep state arrests and Act Blue, GBI, are we going to go in? Are we going to raid those places? Are we going to seize all their information, seize their money? Because clearly the fraud is just rampant. So my question, Kash Patel, or anybody from the Trump administration, when the fuck are we going to get some arrests? That's what I want to know. When are all these deep state arrests that you said, oh, we caught them all and this is all going to happen? When are you going to pull the trigger? You know, you've been in, the administration has been in there for a while. You've got a new AG, Todd Blanche, which I'm going to reserve judgment on. I don't want to blame him for anything yet. Pam Bondi, she sucked the big fat one. She was awful. I'm just acting. Act Blue now records claims, and this is just one case at Act Blue. And if this isn't fraud, if this isn't election interference, if this isn't a violation of multiple statutes that are already on the books, Cash, you don't need to reinvent the law. All you need to do is do your job. 88-year-old woman in Michigan living in a trailer allegedly donated $150,000 across 5 years.
What?
And as soon as she was told about it, she said, oh, hell no. She doesn't have that kind of money. $150,000 over 5 years. So they're funneling money. We've already seen this. Listen, we've already seen other groups expose this, where money is said to have been donated by George Ballantine, and it's donated in small amounts over and over and over again. And when they go ask him about it, he goes, I think I donated like $20 one time. Meanwhile, thousands of dollars are showing up. This is money laundering. It's conversion. Plenty of laws on the books, Cash. Plenty of laws on the books, Todd Blanche. Plenty of laws on the books, Donald Trump. J.D. Vance. Are we going to make some arrests, or are we just going to talk about it? You guys just had some election fraud. And I got to say this. Donald Trump made a statement. Well, the China does it to us. We do it to them. I don't give a shit about China. There's not going to be accountability from China. What are you going to use, tariffs? I'm talking about the people that benefited. I want to know who got the $150,000. And that means they benefited from criminal proceeds. Are they going to give all the money back now that they found out it's criminal proceeds? So this is an 88-year-old woman living in a trailer in rural Michigan, supposedly donated 15,000 separate donations, $150,000, averaging 8 per day, every single day for 5 years. Now, you tell me, George, how do you feel about this? Because they keep exposing this stuff. We keep hearing about it. We keep seeing it. And then nada. Crickets. Nothing. How about the 14 magic money computers? When is somebody going to face consequences from stealing from the federal government with the magic money computers? And if you're not going to do it, then I want the Big Mig Show to get a magic money computer. I'm going to give Mike Schwartz, Dr. Mike Schwartz, some money. I'm going to give George money. I'm going to give myself money. I'm going to give the mods money. I'm going to give the subscribers money. Why not? It's free money, right? I'll just sit there all day long just typing in names. We'll all be millionaires when I get done. This is the point. I've heard about all this shit. Elon Musk said, arrests were imminent. We saw all kinds of stuff he exposed. And of course, then he had to pull out because the death threats were out of control. He had to triple his security. His security had to start carrying automatic weapons. They were authorized by the Secret Service. I mean, I don't blame the guy. He's the richest guy in the world. Why the frick would he want to keep doing it with all the threats? I mean, I trust Elon. I got to be honest. I know a lot of people have their own feelings about him. I think he's legit. I think he's the real deal. I don't love everything that's going on in X. I think there's still a shitload of suppression. I think there's still a lot of, Twitter, Jack Dorsey hanger-arounds that should be fired. I think they're still suppressing a lot of accounts, ours included. How do you guys feel about this? We keep hearing about it, George. We keep getting the exposure, and then we get the big goose egg. We get nada.
Well, let me first say about, you brought up Kash Patel. Kash Patel is too busy planning his trip to Russia that he's going there in October, so he's got a lot to do with that. Gee.
Yeah. You got to get your luggage. You got to get new luggage. You got to figure out what outfits you're going to wear. All that matters. That's all about government gangster. I don't understand what Russia's got to do with government gangsters and what it's got to do with draining the swamp.
Hold on. So Maureen, age 46, thank you, dear, so much for your $5 donation. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
She just set the bar for you guys in the chat. I'm just saying. So you want to live up to Maureen standards? Just saying. Anyways, there's a thing. We have like a mod, like a good funny mod war going on right now. So Coco Schwartzkey, all those mods were my mods first. They were watching his show, yes, but they were all my mods first. That's it. Done deal. End of story. They'll even say if you ask them. They just don't want to create any controversy in the chat. You rated our show, and that's how I think they got to know you guys, I believe. But I could be wrong on that part. However, all right, back to Act Blue. Why is ActBlue still a company? I mean, when they got questioned in front of Congress, they all plead the fifth. We know there's so much criminal activity going on, legally funneling money, getting donations from overseas, which you're not supposed to get. Any politician ain't supposed to get any foreign donations. However, ActBlue is allowing it, and they're funneling it to all these Democrat politicians who are running. Lance, you said, like, who's going to benefit from this? Well, let's look at Democrat candidate Abdul El Sayed. He's running for Senate in Michigan. He gets a ton of funds from ActBlue. There's one of them.
He got 47 donations, all from her.
47?
That's just one example. We don't know what other donations he got. I want to know those are criminal proceeds.
So here's the thing.
Has anybody notified him that he got proceeds he wasn't supposed to get?
I don't, he probably doesn't know. It's coming from ActBlue. So, in all fairness, all these people that have their names used, which they weren't donating money, have they went and tried to press charges against ActBlue?
I haven't heard any announcement about charges.
Because now you're talking about using banking information, whatever. I don't know how you want to say it, Lance. You're the criminal law guy. Isn't it there like
wire fraud?
Wire fraud, right? And now you're talking about big federal crimes here too.
Yeah, when you use federal banking system to convert money that was illegally created through false pretenses, yeah, it's wire fraud. So that's my issue. We're looking at wire fraud. And the question I've got is, when are they going to bring the charges? Todd Blanche, this is low-hanging fruit. What about GBI? They just got exposed. I mean, why let them continue? Why not shut these organizations down? Why not arrest all the people involved? Why not just go in and grab all the documentation, seize all the assets, freeze all their accounts, and stop them dead in their tracks? I mean, these are criminal organizations. You know, I talked about them being the Democrat mafia. I mean, isn't that what a mafia is? Isn't that what a cartel is? Isn't that what a concurrent criminal enterprise is? A conspiracy? When you start converting funds knowingly, the mens rea of a crime, and they know this is a crime, they attributed 15,000 donations over 5 years to this. Now, how many other people did they do the same things? I mean, she's 88-year-old Elizabeth Waffle. She was stunned after learning about the federal FEC commission records. She said she did. She's a liberal, and she said she did make a couple of contributions to Abdul al-Sayed over 2 years, but they were small, legitimate donations as a true believer. Not 150,000. She's living in a trailer, for God's sakes. How many other ActBlue accounts of fraud? And how much proof do you need before these organizations get shut down?
I mean,
how about all the arrests from USAID? How about all that money? When is Chelsea Clinton going to give back her $84 million for doing nothing to the U.S. government?
That ain't happening.
When are you going to seize her $11 million mansion?
Not happening. They would have did it already. Why? I'll give you prime example. What Trump said yesterday, about when China, interfered in our elections, and he goes, that was a long time ago. Like, he's not going to do nothing about it. That's why. Motherfuckers, nobody wants to give out consequences to anybody that's a politician or high up in the stature in this freaking country. That's a problem. But if it was any of you out there listening or watching, your asses would be locked up, and this is a problem. What do we do about it? What are we going to do about it?
George and I, we already have the FBI at our house.
This is not the first time with ActBlue. There is so many video evidence. James O'Keefe did it, I believe. He went, and it was other states where people they had their names on there donating, and they never donated. But so why isn't ActBlue right now shut down?
Why aren't other assets frozen? Why the investigation is going on? Why don't they stop all these lying? I mean, the CEO, Regina Wallace-Jones. If you've got to plead the fifth 22 times in front of Congress, you're probably a criminal. The fifth is there to protect you, but at the end of the day, you start pleading the fifth 22 times in front of Congress, So why isn't Regina Wallace-Jones locked up this morning? Why wasn't she arrested? Why weren't all the ActBlue assets frozen while the investigation's going on? Why not stop all this conversion, all this wire fraud? These are important questions. You guys should be taking the clip from this show. George will be doing short form and post it in Kash Patel's feed, post it in Donald Trump's feed over on True Social. You should be asking these questions. When are they going to do something about GBI? When are they going to do something about Act Blue? These are groups that are funneling millions and millions of dollars, and it's illegal what they're doing. I'm not saying it's all illegal, but all this kind of stuff is 100% illegal, and they know it. There's no way that you could attribute that many donations to one person and not know what you're doing. They got to be shut down. And I'm tired of everybody telling me, oh, just trust the plan. Just, have some popcorn, all that kind of crap. I'm tired of it. This administration has been in place long enough that we should be getting lots of deep state arrests by now.
You brought that up. So I'm going to bring up something else. So I was conversing the other day on the phone with a friend.
Oh, no.
And they were talking about, why don't you get this person on your show? And then they brought up Wano Savin. And I said, what? I said, I met Wano Savin in person. I said, okay, why would I bring him on the show? I said, tell me one thing that he's said that has come true. Yeah, you're right. So why the fuck you still listening to that shit? That's the problem, people. It's not only one. There's other people out there. She brought up another one that we know from X2. They're just spewing this fucking shit. And that's a problem because people keep believing this stuff. So conservatives are hurting their own conservative movement. But that's why we don't.
Well, I think the awful part about it is it's making people be complacent. They think there's some kind of a secret operation running behind the scenes, and they feel like somebody else is going to do the job for them. That's not what's going to happen, guys.
All right. So okay. Here's an example. I'm sorry, Lance, for interrupting.
No, go. I want to hear what you have to say, George.
So I think it was this morning because Trump said 2028. Trump. He was joking around, and this was in Georgia's speech. But Trump knows what he's doing. He says things just to get people riled up, wake them up, and of course it's gonna. The left media, MSM, they're going to go crazy and post it. And, it's coverage, right? It's good. But you have these people, podcasters, influencers, believe in, says, oh, I didn't see the hats yet. I think the hats and shirts are there. Come on, man. I would love nothing more for him to run in 2028. Why not? But it ain't going to happen because this country couldn't handle it. With all the cheating
that's been exposed, you guys can ask yourself a simple question. What are they waiting for?
But
they keep
you know what, Lance?
Stuff. They keep telling us about the system being, twisted up. I know everybody keeps counting on the SAVE Act. I know Michael Johnson pulled some moves. He's hoping with this latest opportunity that he can get the SAVE Act through the 50+1. I mean, look what's going on. John Thune, he's a worthless sack of shit. The guy's worthless. He's not getting anything done. The SAVE Act isn't a priority. How about the Clarity Act? I mean, talk about just screwing up the crypto market. They can't even pass the Clarity Act because big banking doesn't want to get out of the way. They don't want you to get high rates of returns. They want to continue to give you your 1% money market rate or 2% or whatever the hell they're offering. And they want to charge you 30% on credit cards. What happened to Donald Trump with the 10% credit card? I know that he said, oh, the banks have to go along with it. But the point of the matter is that just went dead quiet. No 10% credit card interest, 30% credit card interest. It's ridiculous. How many people would be helped if there was 10%? I'm saying that the criminal enterprise is alive and rampant. Everybody's trying to get theirs. Donald Trump, I think, has had a windfall of money come in. I understand that first round in his first term, he lost a lot of money. But okay, you've made enough money now, Don, Mr. President. How about making some fucking arrests? So,
Lance, I got to be honest with everybody right now. If it was right now today that Trump was going to, like the presidential election for him another term was coming up in November, and so far seeing what has not been done, I would be reluctant to vote for him right now because all the stuff, like there's no consequence. Everybody's getting away with stuff when, he ran on a lot of that stuff, but yet here we are.
And George, I don't think you're the only one that feels like that.
Oh, I know I'm not.
I think when we go into our chat rooms, we're in a lot of different rooms and a lot of different sourcing. Some of these rooms are full of people with large social media accounts.
We have a debate going on.
Millions and millions of followers. We're talking about millions and millions.
Somebody from Georgia.
I just don't see the momentum. They keep talking midterms. They're going to get crushed.
I don't know about
Unless there's going to be a massive wave of arrests. I was talking to somebody yesterday in D.C. I'm not going to say who it was. He's got a job in D.C. He got it through the Trump administration. And he said there's two groups in D.C. There's people that really have good intent. He says lots of very, very smart people. But there's two groups. There's one group that that is trying to do the right thing and trying to get things done, and they're like salmon swimming upstream. And there's another group that are also very smart, but they're shitty people. He said they're extremely shitty people, and you have to try to work around them. And all they care about is getting theirs. Now, that's a telling thing for a guy that I really trust in D.C. I really trust him. He's a good man. There's a lot of reasons I say that. He's very, very, really direct and straight with me. I trust him implicitly. And he said it's a horrible situation there. He went there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He got a job because he supported Donald Trump, and he deserved it. He deserved a higher job. In my opinion, he deserved to be in the administration, but he got a job. He said it's really difficult. It's like you're constantly battling the people that are really smart. He says these people aren't stupid. They're very smart people in D.C., but some of them are there just trying to get theirs, trying to figure out how to get their next job, their next promotion, bigger money, benefiting friends and family. He's watching it go on, and all he can do is shake his head because he's not that kind of guy. He's a credible person. That's a horrible thing. And I said to him, I said, do you realize at the midterms at this point, Donald Trump isn't going to get people out to the polls because they're pissed. They voted for a completely different program than what we've been delivered. Now let's play this clip, and you'll hear it straight from this one. Now look how this woman's living. Do you actually think this woman, it isn't so obvious? And how many people are like this woman where money is being funneled in their names through Act Blue, and yet they don't know anything about it? Play the clip.
Okay.
Waffle?
Yeah.
It says here that you've donated $150,000 in the last 5 years to various campaigns, and that you've made nearly 15,000 donations.
I doubt it.
You want to see it?
15,000, yeah.
15,000 separate donations on the computer. Did you make 15,000 donations in 5 years? $150,000?
150? Hell no. I don't have that kind of money.
Do you have internet?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Do you have a computer?
No.
No? So how could you make all these donations?
I don't know. Are these all mine?
Yes, this is, now, there's 900 pages. I ran out of paper to print it on.
Your board chairman said Act Blue accepted up to 38 million contributions in 2024 that had the signs of foreign origin. How much fraud is too much fraud?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
How many foreign contributions did Act Blue accept?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
How much money did Act Blue accept from Russia?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Why did your entire legal team quit? Your in-house legal team?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Did your legal team quit because of reduced fraud standards?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Understand. And we won't keep you here all day, but let me just do one more. Did you weaken your fraud standards to help Democrats?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the good work you and your committee are doing.
I don't know if you saw, the New York Times is saying the Democrats were taking millions of dollars in foreign donations and may have been lying about it. Are you looking into this?
I can tell you that that is a priority of this administration and this Department of Justice, and it's something that a lot of people have been very worried about for a very long time, and you should rest assured that it includes the Department of Justice and it includes me.
All right.
You know, maybe if Todd Blanche wasn't doing so many Fox News interviews, just like his predecessor, Pam Bondi, and focused more on getting shit done, maybe
does anybody feel assured by what Todd Blanche is
operating right now?
I don't feel assured. I would feel assured if that CEO of Act Blue, got arrested at her house this morning. 22 times she took the fifth. She didn't really answer any questions. She just kept taking the fifth over and over and over again. My question is, when does the raid happen, Todd Blanche? When do the arrests happen? Donald Trump, when do we shut down GBI and Act Blue? I mean, the Republicans aren't getting caught. And believe me, if the Republicans were getting caught, I would jam them up too. If I find out they're taking illegal donations, I want the same thing because I want transparency and I want equal application of the law. Now, I'm assuming that you guys in the audience want the same thing. Why would you want illegal donations from foreign nations being funneled through people like this poor woman, Miss Waffle, supposedly made 8 donations a day with no computer, part-time internet, living out of a trailer?
You know what, Lance?
See, this is great that it's getting exposed, but that doesn't do enough. Exposure is not enough. And I'm saying this to the administration. I'm saying this to the Republicans. I'm saying this to Congress. When are you going to stop this criminality? And when are you guys going to refund all this criminal money you got from Act Blue? Are all the Democrats sending back money to Act Blue this morning? That's what I want to know. Are they going to refund all the money now that they know that Act Blue is potentially a criminal enterprise? The GBI is a criminal enterprise? They aren't the only ones. The question is exposure enough? No, I don't feel rest assured, Todd Blanche. What'll make me feel rest assured is hearing about a bunch of arrests. An investigation is only an investigation unless you bring indictments. So
hold on.
The chat, how do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about these criminal enterprises going on where if it was you, you would have already been arrested?
So my question is, has anybody looked in Act Blue to see if your name has been put under there and you sent donations?
I haven't. But you got to go to the Federal Election Commission, the FEC site. Act Blue doesn't have a portal like that, but the FEC would tell you if you've made donations that are attributed to you that you didn't make.
There you go, people. So everybody go there and check. I'm going to check. Because if so, I'm going to start pressing charges. Fuck that.
Well, can you imagine right here, this woman living in this trailer? She could be audited for this. Somehow she's living in a trailer, probably living on her Social Security or what other benefits. And now all of a sudden she somehow has miraculously come up with $150,000.
That's why they do small, like $8 donations, but so many, because they try not to like mess with the algorithms and stuff. But we know better.
Pretty ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. And my question is, when do we drain the swamp? Are we going to wait till the next term? Going to leave it for J.D. Vance or leave it for Marco Rubio, whoever's going to try to run? Are they going to run on the same ticket? I'm going to drain the swamp this time. You know, even the nonpartisans, you know, you hear what's going on behind the scenes. There's talks of some kind of a new party effort, maybe Tulsi Gabbard, maybe others. My point would be, when does this get fixed? What are we waiting for? I don't think we have any time left. Midterms are right around the corner. The way to win the midterms, and I'll say this plain and simple. Administration, here's how you win the midterms. Hundreds and hundreds of deep state arrests. What about the dirty 51+8? When does Roger Stone get some relief? When does he get all the money that they took from him, the reputation they damaged? When does he get his money back for the Russian collusion hoax?
When they prove it in, when they prove it in court. They have the Southern District over there, the case going on over there. Who knows how long it's going to take them, but
sure seems like it's taking a long time. And we got to count on the judiciary to do the right thing.
138
I don't have a lot of confidence in the judiciary.
138 subpoenas is going to take a long time to get through.
Yeah.
But Trump just declassified that stuff, so maybe it'll push that shit along. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe. All right.
What's accountability?
We're going to take a short break, right, George? You want to take a break?
I don't know. Do we? Yeah, take us out, bro. Here.
All right, let's take a short break. I'll put some music. Big Mix Show. While we're on the break, take the live link, share it far. Maybe take the live link and share it with Donald Trump, Todd Blanche, the DOJ, J.D. Vance. Maybe Kash Patel. Ask him, hey, are you watching this show? Because they're asking you when you're going to make some deep state arrests. I know you're getting ready for your trip for Russia, you know, getting some new outfits.
That's in October.
Yeah, you know, he's probably pre-preparing, you know. All right, he's awfully busy, but I'd like to see some deep state arrests. I'd like to see him now, maybe this week. How about before the end of the week? How about just snatching some people up? Maybe you'd get a vote of confidence from the Big Mig Show. Right now, I do not feel rest assured, Todd Blanche. I feel very uneasy. We'll be right back with George Valentine, Lance Migliaccio.
What day is it today?
Stay tuned. More to come. Speaker Johnson. Save America Act provisions.
What day is it today? Thursday? Oh, yep. Thursdays. We'll be right back.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here we host Lance Migliaccio, George Valentine, Big Mig Mafia in the chat. Look, if you can, hit that thumbs up button to like, to follow, to share, and subscribe if you can. Every little bit helps. We appreciate your support, any support. And if you're out there watching and listening, if you can join the chat, come join the chat. I'll give you a little shout out. Where's Jim is? What's up? So I'm just looking to see if anybody joined real quick. All right, anyway, let's get back to business. We can't say that our esteemed congressional, I'm not talking about Senate, Congress, ain't trying to do their jobs, because at least Mike Johnson's been trying to get stuff pushed through. Everything's holds up in the Senate. So they just yesterday he confirmed that the Save America Act provisions will now only need 50 votes plus J.D. Vance in the Senate. This is after they put it in the reconciliation package and they sent it over. Problem is Thune going to try to strip this shit out and, mess with it. And then you know 100% that Thune is, well, we already know, but for other people that doubt it, that Thune is a rhino, a POS. Because Thune's claim to fame is, we don't have the votes. I can't drop the filibuster. We don't have enough votes, this and that. Well, Now you'll have the votes. All you got to do is don't screw with the bill, don't strip it out, and put it through, and let those senators describe. And all you senators out there, you're not representing yourself. You're representing your districts, your constituents. So go out and listen to them. Because everybody in every state, specifically conservatives, all want the Save America Act passed. So I don't want to hear shit where this senator says, oh, it's going to disenfranchise or this and that. No. You're doing that for your own benefit. You're not listening to your constituents. Tired of that shit.
Oh, I don't know. Voter ID is racist.
Yeah, well, so is being
what
polite.
What a jerk off that is.
So is being polite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, all these senators that are not voting for the Save America Act, cut off their services. No more deliveries, no more Amazon, no more yard keep, no more dry cleaning, no more nothing. Throw them out of your businesses. They are not listening to you guys, and they need to face the consequences for their actions. If you can't get them out of there because we have this installed illegal voting system, then your best thing to do is put them into a service desert. Don't give them any service whatsoever. Just say, no, I don't want it. I don't want your business. Please get out of my business. Restaurants, these senators and congressional members that aren't doing what the American public want, try to cut them off. Let's see how they operate when they don't have yard service, when they don't have cleaning, when they don't have anything. No service at all. That's my opinion. All right, let's play the clip.
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
You know, I forgot to do something. No wonder my shit wasn't sounding right before. Oops. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, guys.
The budget resolution that unlocks our third reconciliation bill, which of course is Republicans' best shot to get as much of the Save America Act into law as possible, in addition to funding our national defense and our farmers. Republicans support our troops, our farmers, and election security. We're the only team in Washington that does. Many of you doubted our success. Many of you standing around me in the Skaggle right now said, let me read you a sample of the headlines. Quote, House Republicans face final week gauntlet. Another said, Johnson's rocky sprint to recess. Another said it was Johnson's make or break week. Despite nearly every Democrat voting against everything I just read you, House Republicans delivered. Now, many of you like to say that major legislating can't happen in an election year. We just proved you wrong. This week, we continue to deliver for the people, and we're going to continue that streak all the way through the end of this year and into the next Congress. We're increasingly confident that we will hold and grow this majority in the House. We must, because you're seeing a demonstration of the two sides, the divergent views for America.
You know, if, and only if this, let's say it gets passed, we're the end of July. You know it ain't going to get passed probably like August anyway, because the Senate's slow as shit. We got, oh damn, something just popped in my thing. So, depending, because we have the Clarity Act, you're still waiting for Blanche's confirmation to go get put on to get passed. Bunch of stuff. Will there be enough time to implement this for November's elections? That's the question. And I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm going to guess on the no side. Hence why Thune's been like putting it off. It's all right, Thune. I just, you know what, Lance? Why isn't the Senate, the Republicans, put a vote of no confidence in Thune and pick a different leader?
I agree.
I mean,
Pretty simple.
After this year's election, if the Republicans retain control of the Senate and they vote that piece of shit Thune to be their Senate leader, I mean, I'm lost of words if that would happen. But then all those senators, they all deserve to be. They don't deserve to be in charge of the Senate. Then give it to the Democrats. Fuck it. I don't even care anymore at this point if they do that dumb shit. I mean, speaking of dumb shit, Mike Lindell, good old pillow man. Now, Lance and I were just talking about this. So Mike Lindell, I mean, they're saying he just surrendered to the radical left by supporting amnesty for illegal aliens. Now, two things. Mike did cave to the left, or he's doing like a little okey doke, like just saying this so he'll get voted in and then just blow it off. It's possible. I don't know. But this is not what we voted for. We don't want amnesty for illegal. He's talking about conditional visas where you never have to leave the country regardless of citizenship. Get the fuck out of here. But he's only
I'm not a
saying
Mike Lindell fan.
he did specify that if you have a criminal record, this and that, no, you got to go. Okay, fine, but no, we're not doing that. We have enough illegals for the past since before Joe Biden in this country where if they've been doing the right thing, there are no criminal records and they're working. All right, yeah, maybe give them some kind of status or something. But no, not all these. No. Government subsidies to illegals to gain legal access status. No. Driver's licenses. No. No, Mike Lindell, no. I don't know. You know what's going to happen? You're going to see his pillow in all the major retailers now. Watch. They're going to put my pillow back in there. Liberals are going to buy my pillows and conservatives are going to burn them outside. I just don't get it. I mean,
his product quality sucks.
I don't know. I'm going to play it. It's a long clip, so I'm just going to cut it because I don't want to hear all this bullshit. I want to see what the people think in the chat of Mike Lindell right now.
I'm not a fan. I've been very vocal about that. I'm not a fan of Mike Lindell for a number of reasons.
Listen, I hope he wins. I hope he wins the governorship of Minnesota and cleans that state up and fixes it up. But I mean, he can't give amnesty to illegals. Only the federal government can. So he's like, "Oh, I'm going to talk to Trump and bring it up." Trump's going to look at him like, maybe Trump would just backhand him. Get the fuck out of my Oval Office. Don't come back. Here's the
Would be
quote.
well deserved. Backhand is about what he needs.
All right. Let me ask you, I understand that you have a new immigration policy that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I think everybody agrees our current system is broken.
Yeah, it is broken. And here's what when I went out to California, so I want to give you a little backstory on this. In 2000, I think it was 15, I went out to California. I was buying up their Supima crop for my pillow. And I went out there, and this guy was telling me, in a big plantation, he says he couldn't compete with next door, as these guys were over there paying cash to illegal immigrants. But he also told me stories about them that they were using them like slave labor, underpaying them, and these illegals, immigrants that were here, were having crimes committed against them. And they couldn't tell anybody. And that's what we have. And so that was 8 years ago, or about 9 years ago. And what I see happening here and all across our country, but especially here, you have illegals that are here, illegal immigrants, that are good people. They've never committed a crime, okay? And they're hiding.
Many of those people have been deported.
Right. And they've hidden. Well, this is the things we need to talk about here, and I'll tell you my plan. And you look at that, and they could be your neighbor, they could be a worker,
Absolutely.
And there could be crimes. I've talked to them. I went down to Minneapolis. I've talked to them, and they're crimes that get committed against them by other illegals or even our own people because they can't tell anybody. You follow that part?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay?
And the
Now,
police are worried about that
okay.
because they want people to come forward.
Right,
when
and
there's a
here's what
violent
my
crime.
plan will do. So then you also have them getting underpaid cash by employers that are here. The employers don't care about them. They want to make the money, and because they can't tell on them either. Here's what I propose: is I want to make conditional non-resident visas. And this would be, I'm going to actually talk to the president about this, but I want to start with Minnesota. These conditional non-resident visas, you would have 6 months. Anyone's here that is an illegal immigrant comes in, you get checked in the courthouse, you get fingerprinted, you get checked in to get this conditional non-resident visa. Now you have 6 months to do that. You're not a citizen, but you don't have to leave ever, as long as a couple of things happen. One is you can't commit a crime be convicted of a crime of a gross misdemeanor or better. Right now we have 1,300 people in Minnesota that are in our prisons that are illegal. We pay $110 million a year to house them. They need to be shipped out. Okay.
Yeah, but the president is not going to go for this.
Now let me finish the plan, Esme. So you have this, And now, at the end of the 6 months, if these people, if they want to go get a driver's license, they can go get a driver's license. But just like when I used to get DWIs, there was conditions on my driver's license. They will have to get a driver's license, but they will have to learn to speak English and to read our signs here. Okay, that's going to be one of the conditions. Okay, if you want to drive. Now, if you go to the line to be a legal citizen, then you go to the back of the line. But here's the thing: that line's going to be short, and there's going to be no cost. How are we going to pay for that? Here's how we're going to pay. During this 6 months, the employers that are paying cash, at the end of that 6 months, if they're paying cash and they don't have that card, these guys are committing crimes, these employers. They need to go to jail for 90 days. It'll be mandatory. And then they're going to start paying taxes that we all pay. And the economy is going to go up here because these guys, everyone's going to start paying taxes.
Well, the immigrant community, undocumented, do pay taxes. There's a way that started in the 1990s. Okay. There is a way that they do pay taxes.
They're not all paying this. These employers are paying. It solves a big problem. These guys now, the illegals can come out of the shadows. They can live like you and I. They don't have to hide out. They don't have to worry about being attacked so they can't tell anybody or raped or whatever would happen to them. Yeah. They don't have to have that worry. These employers that are stealing from all of us better look out under my watch, because they better have that conditional non-resident card for you to employ them, and you better be paying your taxes. And then if you do this, here's what happens. You now have all the money that you gain. It's in the billions, not millions. In the billions you gain from them paying taxes. Now, these employers, okay, you take that money and you use it to legalize people. You bring it to, because right now a lot of the people, they can't afford $5,000 to $15,000 to go through the system to be legalized. I went down to Florida and checked it all out and people that are coming in legally.
Well, I know that farmers would be thrilled with something like this because they've lost a lot of people. And the president does seem to be aware that there is a need for these workers and that the system has to be fixed so that we can get these workers in. But his policies, though, ended up deporting and arresting a lot of those neighbors that you've talked to.
I haven't talked to him yet about this. This is a couple of things that maybe he's not seeing at the level. I've lived this. I came down to Minneapolis. I have friends down here. I'm down here.
Mike Lindell right now deserves the bag of dicks. Lance, you got to get a new bag and get that shit fixed.
Yeah, I got to fix that. You're right.
You
we haven't needed the bag of dicks over the last week or so. The last 2 weeks, I've been doing this. He definitely deserves a bag of dicks. I'm not a fan. I don't really trust Mike Lindell for a number of reasons. And I think a lot of what he's trying to do there is self-serving for his own businesses. That's my own opinion, for whatever it's worth.
Speaking of pillows, I have a hard time trying to find the right pillow. Anybody? I don't like the soft or thin pillow. I don't like, too firm. Like medium. Give me some recommendations in the chat. I'm serious. You ever wake up when you don't have the right pillows and stuff, and your neck is like, you got that kink, and it's like that
I have a difficult time because of my shoulder.
Huh?
My shoulder.
What do you mean your shoulder? What's your pillow got to do with your shoulder?
Because I sleep on my side.
Oh, you need one of them. Don't they have one of them like body pillows or something? You can just like.
I kind of use a body pillow, but you're right about what you're saying. These pillows are kind of tough on the old shoulder.
There's something probably get to help with the shoulder, I think. Body pillow, maybe. I like my pillow. No, I don't want I will not buy my pillow, especially after that video. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Hell to the no. I don't know. All right. You see this new one? This is a senior Pentagon director. He was caught on hidden camera. O'Keefe Media Group. And he's on a gay date with James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe had to play gay. Put a mustache on and everything. Hey, at least O'Keefe took one for the team, right? Good going. I'll give him credit for that one.
Yeah, I will too.
Hey, listen, journalists will go above and beyond to get that story. Yep. He's a senior official actually at the Office of the Secretary of Navy. Been there for like 16 years. He oversees corporate operations, supporting Secretary Hegseth, including HR, IT, security, facilities, records management, and implementation of executive orders. This dude wants to reverse everything. I mean, okay. You can't do it now, though. You still can't reverse it. It's not, I don't think you're in a position to reverse it, but he can try to influence. But the problem is you're speaking about it now, retard. I mean, did you watch this tape, Lance?
I did not. On purpose, because I kind of wanted to have a fresh reaction.
I mean, he goes on, like his first program he wants to reverse is the Pentagon's monthly voluntary faith service policy. It's voluntary, bro. Why would you want to reverse it? It's voluntary. It's a Christian prayer worship service. Fuck. That means he's the devil. Right there. Devil's minion. 86 and get him out. Second one, the policy, and his name is Brandon. Go figure. Let's go, Brandon. Says he would seek to reverse is a scheduled policy career reform, federal workforce change that moves certain senior career employees in policy-related roles into a new personal category. Oh, so you just want to add new categories. I'm just going to play the clip. And by the way, so I had to chop this clip down because James O'Keefe was commentary. I cut all that out and just put this dude talking with James O'Keefe in the thing. So enjoy.
I want to stay and stick it out so that way when the time comes, I can undo whatever's been done. But I can be influenced. I mean, there's a lot of things that they tried to do at the very beginning. They've still not rolled out. Because you have certain folks in certain positions who can slow roll things. There's a lot of times where it challenges my morals.
What are some things that you'd undo?
I would not have prayer service.
No prayer service.
I don't think there should be one specific prayer service. I was converted to schedule policy. Hopefully that's the first thing that gets undone. I don't like it because I'm negatively impacted by it. I think Trump is a textbook narcissist.
Wow.
And once you understand one, you understand them all.
You probably can't even tell me what your position or your opinion is on that, the war in Iran.
Yeah, I think it's completely stupid. It's driven based off of one man's ego. Most of the contracts they terminated were data related, and then they awarded Palantir a major data contract. But they're friends with some of the senior folks that were contributors.
Oh yeah.
I've seen some things. In true DC nature, you don't always reveal everything that you see.
You don't want to say too much.
I mean, you could be a news reporter.
So what's the nature of the actual work that you do? Is it writing, consulting, or?
I oversee all corporate ops, so like HR, IT, security. So all the executive orders that come out, we read them, we figure out how we're going to implement them, how they affect the Navy.
So you're managing all that?
Yep.
So you have a big job.
Yep.
Your last name is Newsom.
Yep.
Like the governor.
Like Gavin.
Spelled exactly the same.
My uncle Gavin.
He's not really your uncle.
Maybe when I lived in LA, I said he was.
That must have impressed people.
It actually didn't, because I used to work for the LA LGBT Center and they hated him.
Why did they hate him?
A lot of Californians are not happy with Gavin. He hasn't done well for the economy.
Do you have to keep your views quiet?
Yeah, you're actually not even supposed to discuss them when you're at work.
You're not allowed to talk about how's that not a violation of your rights and your
there's I forget which law it is, but there's a law that says government employees are not supposed to discuss that.
Oh.
It's crazy to work at the Pentagon right now.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. What's the guy that's in charge there? Hegseth.
I mean, there's a lot of things that they tried to do at the very beginning.
No.
That they've still not rolled out. Because you have certain folks in certain positions who can slow roll things.
That's true.
So I agree. There's a lot of times where it challenges my morals.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is, if I'm not there, they'll just put in someone who does believe their way. And so when the election changes, who do I want to be there? Do I want a person who's going to continue to promote their beliefs? Or do I want to stay and stick it out so that way when the time comes, I can undo whatever's been done?
Undo after the people leave. So that's interesting. That's a good point.
Because I'd rather be in the position so that I can do what's right.
Wow.
I don't have a legal leg to stand on at the moment. So if I don't do what's being told, I'll get fired and I'll just get replaced.
But that's a good point. You could just undo everything once Trump's out of there. Do you have the authority to do that?
I don't have the authority to do that, but I have the influence.
What are some things that you'd undo? One or two.
I would not have prayer service.
No prayer service.
No.
Why not?
I don't think there should be one specific prayer service, even though I believe I'm a Christian.
So you'd take that away once Trump gets out of there?
I would either take it away or I would implement a prayer service for all religions that are recognized.
And they don't do that now. Only Christianity. Well, looks like you're going to stay in for the long haul and then rewind all these crazy things.
That's what happens when you have a few drinks. You're gay and you think you're going to get a little D, people.
And, the thing is, think about all these government officials that are getting exposed that seem to be running these shadow government operations where this guy's saying, well, I don't have the power, but I have the influence. And that he's going to use his influence, which is malfeasance of a government official. And think about what he's doing here. This is a crime, by the way.
Well,
suggesting that you can use your government position to manipulate the system is a violation of federal statute.
Come on. Well, you'll all be happy to know that the acting Secretary of Navy, Hung Kao, I think is how you say his name.
Yeah, that's right.
Put this dude on administrative leave that evening when that video came out. He acted fast. And he said, talking about stressing accountability and mission integrity amid the ongoing investigation. There you go.
Crazy.
Good for acting Secretary of Navy, Hung Kao, whatever his name, however you say his name. If I pronounce it incorrectly, I apologize. But at least that night, the dude put him on administrative leave. Not waiting a day or two, this and that. Yep. I wonder when he's going to get confirmed. All up to Thune, right? Did you see this one? This is a big one, Lance. Everybody, this is huge. The full Fifth Circuit Court has issued a major ruling. Illegal aliens have no constitutional right to roam free inside the United States while their removal proceedings play out. What? Say what? That's awesome. Get rid of them. So that means they have to stay incarcerated. No more bail, try to get him out. Remember, who was it? The dude from Maryland. Remember that one? That guy? Trying to play, driving us crazy with all that shit? Not anymore. So that's a good sign. Keep them all locked up until they're out. They ain't allowed to roam the streets. So now here's a question. If there's an ICE detainer and they're in a state jail or county jail, and now can the sanctuary states release him and not listen to the Fifth Circuit courts? Well, we know how Democrats do. They don't listen to any kind of law, really, but they can be held accountable, I think. That's on you, Lance. You're the law guy. Fill us in.
No doubt. And this is a federal ruling, of course, from an appeals court, so it has a higher level of precedence, not as high as SCOTUS. But there's no doubt. Illegal immigrants don't have constitutional rights. And that's the point, because they're here illegally. They're criminals. They violated the laws of the United States. This ruling's common sense. Thankfully, the Fifth Circuit gets it right. Why would they have a right to roam free inside the United States when they came here illegally? Hence the term, illegal immigrant. Well, they get it right, and I appreciate the fact that the fifth came through. Sometimes the judiciary is doing their job the way it's supposed to. This is an interesting story, man. Catfish.
What?
Never before seen in fish. Contagious cancer. So I guess there's researchers on this Vermont-Quebec border have stumbled upon something never seen before. A cancer that appears to spread like an infection. It's affecting these bullhead catfish. They've never seen it. They don't know what's causing it. They're saying the cancer cells are operating as an infectious agent. That
This is in bullhead catfish only?
Well, at least right now it is. But this is something very unusual. You're talking about a contagious cancer. Now, they're telling people not to eat these fish that are covered with these tumors or covered with these marks. I mean, common sense would tell you pull a sick fish out of the water, you definitely don't want to eat that fish. But they're worried that, what can it be transmitted to other animals? Now, there are other animals that have transmissible cancers, dogs, Tasmanian devils, some shellfish and clams. But they're saying this is transmitted through close contact spawning, and bites give the cancer cells an entry point. They're looking for cases elsewhere, but this is very unusual, not seen before, and you got to wonder what the real root cause is.
This is in a Vermont border lake, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
A Vermont-Quebec border lake. Canada's involved, huh? Okay. I mean, just don't eat bullhead catfish right now. I'm guessing they're going to start checking all the catfish, right?
I would think.
Who was I just telling?
Pretty horrible.
I was just telling one of my mods. I think it was it skunk? Oh, yeah, it is. You just put it in chat. See? That's why I don't eat catfish. Okay. I'll give you that.
You've heard about the space data centers that everybody wants to use. They want to put data centers in space. They want to use solar to power them. They think it's a solution. Seems like these environmentalists are saying this is a bad idea, getting a hard stop from environmental groups saying that this is, putting them into space in this orbit could inject a largely unstudied contaminants into sensitive parts of our stratosphere. I think it needs more studying before we start dumping these data centers out in space. I've seen some solutions for data centers that could be solvable. Of course, with AI, this is a massive push all the way around. Of course, the cost would be higher. But
wait, how are they saying it's gonna if they put data centers in space?
The contaminants in that stratosphere layer could be really detrimental to our planet. That you can't count on these contaminants being contained in these data centers, and that by putting them into that stratosphere, which has to do with our ozone layer and otherwise just above it, that it could cause issues with the cooling, the radiation belt, etc. Pretty crazy.
Just like they said, the fucking global warming and ice caps are melting.
It could be. I don't know. Data centers are definitely a point right now that everybody's talking about the impacts of the environment from data centers. Of course, our power grid can't handle the data centers they're even building right now. They're trying to come up with alternate solutions like hydrogen fuel cell, which is one of the reasons that True Social invested in that hydrogen fuel cell technology for data centers. So, all right, listen, if you love the show, you know what to do. Hit that follow button, thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. You can do the paid subscription on the way out the door. It's $5 a month. We appreciate any Rumble Rant tips, always appreciated. And thanks for tuning in today. And don't forget to find us on social media. And here's the drill. When you leave here, if you're on any podcast platforms, any Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, you name it, go over there and find The Big Mig Show. Give us a follow, repost our content, leave a nice comment. We need all the support we can get. So that kind of stuff really helps us when you can't do any kind of financial support. Try to give us in your personal support. And, of course, follow us on YouTube, Locals and Rumbles. Even if you watch us here in Rumble, get over to YouTube, give us a follow over there, and tell other people about following and repost our content. Anything you can do to help us spread the word. Because, man, truth telling, we're an endangered species. Not that many shows doing it. You can count on us to do it every single day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. George, last words, my brother.
Hold on. All I need is your love tonight. Love you guys.
Bye.
Yo, it's Thursday. Have a good night. Hey, see you guys tomorrow morning.
What if you could predict your financial future And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.